Okay guys, welcome back to Frugal Homestead. And today, we're going to be burning pine cones. So, I wanted to see how long pine cones would burn. Now, here in Ohio, we don't have the best pine cones. But if you're choosing them, you do not want the closed ones. They hold moisture, hard to dry. You want these open style ones. Now this is very small. I've been down south, like to North Carolina and Florida. They've got giant pine cones and I would love to get my hands on some of those, but we don't have them like that here in Ohio. Now as you see, I got the fire going behind me. It's about 4 o'clock right now. I was on a backpacking trip in Wildcat Hollow, which is a local state forest or national forest. But anyways, I had just hiked like 11 miles in the dead of summer and I was tired. I didn't want to go collect firewood, but there were pine cones everywhere. So I literally just picked up the pine cones close to me, cleaned up an area, started my fire, and I just burnt pine cones all night. It was so simple. But the oils in them, you could tell were setting it off. So what I did was I got some pine cones, thanks to my wife and Sherry for getting them for me, and I put them in our firewood kiln. So I got a 5-gallon bucket here basically. We're going to throw them into the fire and see how long they burn. So let's see how many we can safely put in here. All right. We don't want them rolling towards the door, so we're only going to be able to fit about half in here, it looks like. What you don't want is them falling out like that. Ouch, hot. Alright, so we're going to get most of it in here. Alright, we got pretty much all of it in there. That's all that's left, almost nothing. Let's get this closed before it goes crazy. Now it is set at halfway. I don't expect this is going to burn for as long as, say, our briquettes we've done videos on. But you have to also ask yourself, if you found a place where they had fallen, how long would it really take to gather up a 5-gallon bucket, especially down south where they're like that big? I mean, you'd need pick up like 10 and you're done. But I also want to talk about how good of a fire starter these make. Because if you've ever had like a bed of coals and you drop 1 or 2 in, they just, I mean, look at them. They're already starting to burn. So I'll set you up on a time lapse here and we'll see how it looks. Alright guys, so it's been a half an hour, but what I want you guys to really see is look at the top of this. It's right in the middle in the safe zone on top of the stove. That's how hot it is. This thing is only halfway up and it's burning hotter than most normal wooden blocks that we put in. So let's see what we can do. Holy crap, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. Alright, everything is over 700 degrees right now, and I'm going to have to close that because we let more air in. That thing got super hot. Woo. I might have to rerun this test sometime soon. If you guys are interested, put the comment rerun, and we'll fill it all the way up again and turn it all the way on low and see what temperature we get, how long it burns, etc. Because doing it here on like medium, I mean, we're only 30 minutes in and this thing is got the stove rocking at over 500 degrees on top. The exit by the pipe up there is at about 350 degrees. So we are definitely burning away. Now, the flames are dying down, but the coals are still going. So I think we've got a good bit of burn time. So I'll put you back on time lapse and let's see how long this goes. All right, guys, so it's been another half an hour, which makes it an hour. You can see that it is just now starting to dip out of the best burn area. So let's see what we got left in here. Yeah, there's literally just a tad of coals, but they're still super hot. Coals are still roasting. High. High. So they're still 700 degrees, those coals are. But we're kind of getting out of the range for the stove itself. You know, 300 is what it's at now. So the clean burning range. But we have more to talk about. So guys, one of the things I did throughout this was go out and check the stack outside. I would have taken you out there to show you the smoke, but there was none. Through the whole thing, there was no smoke. But that could be attributed to, because this is a reburner stove. It has the pipes in the top and it burns the gases for a secondary burn. Now, technically, these are putting out heat still. It's hot just to sit here. But I also want to tell you that over the hour, it raised this room up 10 degrees. It's like jumping between 9 and 10 degrees right now, higher than when we started this, which means that this fuel source, while it didn't burn real long, it burnt very, very hot. Okay? So I'm wondering if we turn it all the way down and let it burn and say let it burn for an hour and whatever it does, hour and a half is what I'm guessing. Would it stay about that 300 or 400, which is kind of the perfect range, and burn longer but more efficiently? I'm not really sure. I've burned a lot of different woods and briquettes in this stove, but nothing really reacted like that. That burned extremely hot. I'm guessing it's the oils from the pine in the pine cones, even though I kiln dried them, which optimized their burn, you know, because they're as dry as you're going to get them. They were in the kiln for like a week. Now, I do have enough to do one more test, so if you'd like to see that, please go down and put rerun in the comments or retest, whatever you want to put, and I'll work on that video. But that said, I've had a great time experimenting with pine cones. I have some other things related to pine trees I want to try out in briquette form. So be looking for that. And I got lots more briquette videos coming. But with that said, if you haven't already, and I don't know why you wouldn't know, if I'm burning pine cones here, guys, go down, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you see all of our upcoming videos. Leave us a like. Let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see us burn next. And I'll see you in the next one.